What if the greatest healer the forest had ever known became the one soul standing closest to darkness? Deep within the ancient Mistwood, where every falling leaf obeyed an unseen rhythm, a lonely spirit cried for a dying tree. No one knew her true beginning. Some believed she was born from autumn itself. Others said she came alive the moment she learned to guide every leaf that drifted through the wind. Her name would become legend. Elva Autumnborn. Long before she walked the world, Elva was nothing more than a whisper carried by the breeze. She mourned every leaf that fell too soon, every tree that withered before its time. One day, a family of Fey foragers heard her sorrow. Instead of fearing the mysterious spirit, they shared her grief. Gathering the fallen leaves, they performed a beautiful ritual, scattering them around the dying tree before breathing new life into its roots with their magic. The tree bloomed once more. For the first time, Elva was not alone. She followed the Fey wherever they wandered. Curious and eager to learn, she borrowed shapes from the forest itself. Vines formed her smile, twigs shaped her face, branches became her arms as she helped the family with their daily work. Together, they shared their gifts. Elva taught them the songs that made flowers bloom and forests thrive. The Fae taught her something even greater: how to heal. As centuries passed, her form settled into that of a graceful woman with leaf-green skin wrapped in flowers and living vines. More importantly, she made a choice that would define her forever. She called the Fae her family. The family welcomed Elva into their village, where wise elders taught her every secret of restoration. She mastered every lesson until even her teachers could no longer guide her. So they brought her to the magnificent tree city of Nyresa. There, Elva's command over autumn earned her a place among the noble Fae courts. She became the Duchess of Autumn. For centuries, she asked for nothing but the chance to heal. No wound was too small, no sickness too great. She restored dying groves. She cured the sick. She mended warriors of the Sylvan Watchers after every brutal battle defending the Mistwood. But one thing she refused to do: fight. Even when corruption spread through the forgotten reaches of the forest, Elva believed every wound could still be healed. She was determined to prove it. Then came the journey that shattered everything. Deep within the Lost Lands stood an ancient heart tree, poisoned by the lingering corruption of Sarath. If it could be healed, perhaps the forest itself could recover. Believing in hope, Elva invited the only people she truly trusted: her family. Together, they repeated the same ritual that had once given Elva life. She commanded the leaves to fall. The Fae scattered them with loving hands. For one heartbreaking moment, it seemed history would repeat itself. Instead, the corruption answered. The heart tree rejected their magic. It twisted their life-giving power into something monstrous before hurling it back upon them. The poison invaded their bodies. The old rhythm that once connected them to nature became warped beyond recognition. Their flesh withered, their souls burned with endless hatred. And when they looked upon Elva, they no longer saw family, only an enemy. Unable to save them, Elva watched in horror as the Sylvan Watchers were forced to cut them down. Those who survived vanished into the darkest corners of the Mistwood. The family that had given her life was gone. That day, the healer disappeared. In her place rose someone entirely different. Her flowing garments of flowers hardened into living armor. The gentle face she had modeled after her beloved family vanished behind a helmet of iron-hard bark. And for the first time, Elva entered battle. She still protected the forest. She still traveled beside the Sylvan Watchers. But now, her mission was no longer simply to heal. She hunted. She searched endlessly through the cursed wilderness for the loved ones she had failed to save. Every encounter carried the same desperate hope. Perhaps this time, she could free them from the corruption. But if no cure remained, she would grant them the only mercy left, a peaceful end. The years have not been kind to Elva Autumnborn. The deeper she wandered into corrupted lands, the more the forest seemed to leave its mark upon her. Crimson veins now glow beneath her leaf-green skin. The spirits of those struck down by her scepter linger around its ancient wood, refusing to move on. Even the Sylvan Watchers have begun to fear her. Not because she has fallen, but because no one can withstand darkness forever. Still, Elva walks onward, not for glory, not for revenge, but for family. She remains the Duchess of Autumn, the guardian who once brought life to every falling leaf, and the lonely warrior who now walks the thin line between hope and corruption. For if Elva Autumnborn ever surrenders to the evil she has fought for centuries, the forest will not lose its greatest healer. It will gain one of its most terrifying enemies.